Hello, Aquarius. This is Joy with Joy of the World, welcoming you back, friends and family, our subscribers here. If you haven't subscribed already, reach down and click the subscribe, and you can also ring the bell out beside it, and you'll be notified anytime I upload new videos. Occasionally, I'll do a daily during the week, a handful of those, sometimes some energy sessions free to you on the channel. Also, the majority of the card sessions that go on here are energy sessions. You give me a look at what's going on in there, and we use the magic of the cards, of the visualization of the awakening of our awareness in order to begin to welcome in the energies that will work to our benefit, and also releasing and removing out any blockages, any thorns, spurs, snags, anything like that. Okay, so if you like this, make sure you give it a big thumbs up and share with people you care about. So I've got a little peek going on here. I'm going to have a smattering of them. When I was prepping the cards, they're literally flying everywhere, and so I just piled them up, and I'm going to move through them as we go. This is what we got going on. You're talking about there. You're wanting heaven to come down to here on earth. You're wanting the fruit, you're wanting the good stuff, and you're wanting it, you're letting me know quickly. Here we have the Eight of Wands, and you're wanting it quick blick is what you're saying, but it's obvious we've got a mess going on here. Whether it's a mess going on inside of you or whether it's one going on around you, I don't know. Oftentimes I deal with the energies going on around us when I do these. But in this case, there's a bit of both parties going on here. For some of you, it is you merging with your own self, getting rid of like dastardly deeds, meaning low-lying energies about your attitude. Maybe it's that you're easily offended, or that sometimes you're prone to procrastination, or you can be your own worst enemy. Whatever it is, I don't even know, and that's not for me to know. But for some of you, it's that it's clearing that energy out and making room to really welcome in your full self. Because it's kind of like musical chairs. If we only have so many chairs in our inner landscape, in our world, and in the world around us immediately, if they're filled, can anybody else take a seat? Okay, so you're exchanging out some old energy for some new, and for some of you that is in the world around you, there is you're letting me know that by October, in or around October, you're going to get some of this repair going on that we've got happening here. I do see that there are those of you, remember that that's you clearing out that old dusty low-lying energy that even you don't like, but you've entertained for some time. For others of you, we're talking like mother, mother-in-law, co-worker, boss, that type of energy going on, that you've been harangued by it, is what you're telling me. So all judgment aside, okay, we're not here to condemn ourselves nor anyone else, but we're going to look and move through the energy. So here's the first pile that you threw out on the floor. It was wham, big smack, and you're like, take them all. So we have Eight of Cups, Five of Pentacles, Seven of Wands, the Emperor, the Hierophant, and the Star. We're going to take it in groups of threes. So the Eight of Cups, the Five of Pentacles, and the Seven of Wands. You're letting me know there's a lot really going on in your world, and you're tired of dealing with it. You're tired of coming up empty. You're tired of having to ask repeatedly over and over again. You say begging because you feel like you've relegated to begging to have to get your way, to get any of your needs met, to literally be heard. And for those of you, these are the ones who really operate in extreme love. You're a nurturer of sorts, male or female. You're a nurturer. You're someone who sees the needs of others and you meet them, but that hasn't been coming back in your world. And there's someone that, in a sense, I see actually attacks you for this. Like they'll minimize you, or they'll gossip about you, or they can publicly shame you even, or they'll act like dismissive as if what you're giving is so far beneath them. Whatever it is, it has done a bit of a number that you're like, hurry up, bring it in. We're ready for the change. We're ready for heaven on earth. We are ready to have peace. But what we know about life and the way it works is we're not going to sacrifice something else in order to obtain that peace. In this case, I'm hearing that you need to stand your ground, and not with the person, but within yourself. You're really becoming it's not a channel. It's you're like a powerhouse. You know, when you see those electric stations that they're fenced in because they're so big, and that's where the electricity is coming in and out and transferring out into the world around us. That's what they're asking you to do, to stand your ground like that, to really discharge your energy and execute your energy in the comings and goings, and to navigate yourself is what I hear going on. So those are wanting to just lay right there. And then the next three, this is what you're wanting to replace it with the energy that you're wanting to make the exchange. That when this division, you're telling me when the atmosphere clears, because the atmosphere is the division between our inner world and our outer world. If you think about it, the air that we breathe, right, is contained within our atmosphere. And then NASA, when they pass into outer space, they have to transfer through our atmosphere. And that's where you could incinerate and burn up and to reach the outer environment, okay? So this is the environment that you're wanting to bring in exchange for that. And you're like, burn it up. I don't care. Get that out of here. I don't ever want to see this again, feel this again. For some of you, it's been a long trial. It's been time. It's been a handful of years. I'm seeing 5 years for many of you. For some of you, you're like 5 lifetimes. How long has this woman followed me around? Now, particularly, you might be asking why I say it's a woman. That is what comes up in these tea leaf cards, okay? It's very specific. It is a woman that we've got going on here that you're dealing with. So whether you, the watcher, the viewer, are a man and a woman isn't what we're talking about. We're talking about this person who has made life hell on earth. And you're like, we're ready to get our heaven back. We're ready to get our order back, the way we do things, instead of... It's not like it calls you to question yourself, but it does call you to hesitate and to hold back. Because if you know it's going to be criticized, ridiculed, nagged, or even disturb the environment where everybody else in the room is looking at you like, why did you have to go there? Why did you have to be you? Because they're so tired of this person's thorn with you, they're bent with you, that you've really lost your form and shape. You've lost your orb of truth. You've really lost your deliciousness, that beingness of who you are, of really feeling true to yourself. And you're wanting like the divine order to come back in around you, for things to begin to work again, because you said you are aware that you have lost this contact with heaven on earth, that it has been the hell on earth, not just in dealing with that person, but because it attacked and altered your own personal energy. Things of different vibrations have been coming in, maybe some sickness, some headaches. I see somebody specifically pointing at their feet, like your feet look swollen and your legs are swollen and you're just migrainey. Your zest for life and all of its flavors, all of its pleasures is kind of diminished, in that even eating food, you're like, chomping like that, like it's lackluster. And you said that is not how we live. We are the star, we shine, we come forth, we're bold, we're powerful, we're manifestors, and this doesn't feel right. It's like having on pants that don't fit. You're either pulling them up all the time, or else you're bound in and you feel like you just want to explode. But here we go. That's the final one that came in that whole stack. I'm telling you, they ejected out of the deck in one clump, and they were like, here we are, don't put us back, you got to tell our story. And there you are. See that happy, satisfied smile on your face, that contentment, that peace, that heaven on earth that you're wanting to come in quickly. We're going to see more as we move through here how, but I do know that this situation will be taking a turn by or around October, okay? Either that you'll be totally fed up by then, that they'll move on to other prey, or that in and of yourself, those of you who are finding the merging with yourself, you'll literally be done struggling with it and put an end to that behavior pattern that you've been enduring from yourself because you didn't know how to move on from it. But take a look. If this is who you are, move on to this. Move on to being fantastic. No need to require to manipulate anybody, because you have your own throne. You have your own majesty. You have your own truth, your own voice to speak. So you're not needing to alter or manipulate anyone else's minds, their actions, or their being, okay? So you can take confidence in that. That's what I see here with you guys that are dealing with that situation of the merging of yourself. Take confidence in who you are. Yes, you're extraordinary. Yes, you're otherworldly, and you are this star. And when you begin to be that star, you'll realize it's almost like this haze will come off your eyes. I don't know if you've ever been in a swimming pool without goggles on, done it for an extended period of time. After that, it's like you're looking through foggy glass. So that haze is going to wash away and dissipate, and you're going to start to see yourself more clearly. And when you do, you're going to find you have a softness or a space in yourself that doesn't feel like it's going to pop or burst when other people speak their truth or what is intimate to them, their personality, their opinions. You're not going to feel the need to correct them or to be that's an accusation that you're not enough. You'll be able to hear people exactly where they're at because you will be listening with your heart. That's what you told me here. That's fantastic. Okay, so let me move these aside. There we go. And we're going to get some of these guys. These are my handmade cards. And at the bottom right now, we have that favor is smiling on you. Let's see what we've got for the energy of how we're going to move into this as quickly as possible without to be repeated. That is my goal in everything I do, is to not shortchange ourselves to where we have to go back through again, because in truth, that is so expensive on our time and our energy. But to do it the most efficiently and effectively that we move through without delay, distraction, that sort of thing. So that's where I'm coming from with this. We got that one coming in. Let me get one more. Two more, you say, okay. Ah! Oh. Interesting. Okay, so right off the bat, I see that your wires are crossed. You're getting some things backwards, and I will show you why. We have number 30, the orca. Okay, we've got song lines, and then we got 36, the shark, which is your purpose. See if I can get it without the glare. There, you take a good look. This is the Divine Animal Oracle, and I love it because it shows not just animals, but humans as well, us having our creature connection going on in this world of what's really, in this case, underneath. Can you see the mystery of what's going on here? So here you are on dry land, but these divine beings are coming down from this watery world, from that external environment, trying to enter into your world to get your attention, which makes sense because that other thing that's been going on has had you so utterly absorbed that you're prickly and defensive. Okay, of course that'd be very difficult, y'all. Let's see how we're going to get these out. I don't even know what else here. Those come later, here. Okay. I do this. Give me just a second to lay these out. Stair steps. Oh, that's because we're missing one. No, it makes sense. You're skipping a step. That's what was happening. Skipping a step. Got intense pressure going on here, and then there, how to level out. Let me get the other guys set up. Okay. So with the orca, where you have these external influences trying to come in and connect with you, they're not giving away, I can see that they're curious, they're not giving away whether they're benevolent or malevolent, okay? So just a little bit of caution going on there, and that is okay. Why we see the intense pressure going on here. And it was actually coming in like this. You're feeling it come in. And you're saying it's more than just daggers. You're really feeling attacked. You've got these, well, you can see these arrows all point at you, and you're the target. And it's got your wires all crossed. You're coming when you're going when you're coming, you're up when you're down when you're up, you're conflicted. And that is obvious right here underneath the orca. We had the Ten of Swords, okay? And you're telling me it's time to put an end to that. It's time to bring closure on this. You're tired of beating a dead horse, and I'm glad you're expressing your feelings on this. We're not quite sure to where the point of what to do about it yet, but clear out some of that energy. We're just going to blow that freshness on you to just move out that angst. There's like a black static going on. You're saying hag's hair. Okay, hag's hair. Now I see some movement coming. We've got the King of Discs going on here. We have got some movement going on, and you're telling me that there is a bit of a temptation to give in to your own authority and power, meaning to put an end to this right now. That would be harsh, and that also it would set you back, and you know this, it would set you back and it would throw you out of heaven all on your own accord. You would get locked out. And that is the challenge here. You don't want to be locked out, you know that, but you're in such a sense of this pressure of being the target that you're looking to find any new ideas that could come about of how to show love, how to walk in love, how to accomplish. Like, you would honestly love for this person to change, because then everything that you've poured in would be worthwhile. Otherwise, in your mind, you've just leaked out into the ocean and have gushed out for what for is what you're saying. So, but you have a lot of wisdom. Let's go back to this card. You have a lot of crowning wisdom. So let me remind you of that first. You're awesome. You're intelligent. In a sense, you don't have any new ideas, okay? Nothing new is coming in, because it's intimidating you that who you are is all wrong, but who you are is perfect and divine. There doesn't need to be more of you, not necessarily those new ideas coming in, but believe in yourself, believe in your strength and your staying power, believe in being that power station, that holding your ground of not giving up. You're telling me your postage stamp. Okay, so quick aside here. Little postage stamp is the property that belongs to each individual here on Earth. It is our own space and our own identifiable place. Kind of like the square up under our feet, right? And if you step off your territory, you give up your heaven. And when you give it up, they get it. It's free for all, and it will be pillaged and burned. They, whoever, okay? That thing that's pushing you, challenging you, goading you off of your mountain, all right? But you see, look at the antlers here. There's so much divine wisdom. You have spirit guiding you, leading you, but you've been going astray. You're sitting here and you're so hungry. You're so weary. You're so tired of it. You want to taste pleasure again. You're through with this lackluster that you've just let it all hang out. You've let it all go, and you're really ready to give up. You're ready, you're saying, to either give up or give in. If you give in, you know you're going to give a tongue lashing, all right? And when you do that, you'll lose your heaven on earth, all that you've been working towards, because it's not even about them. At that point, you'll have betrayed yourself. That is the sticking point that you're telling me about. So beneath the King of Discs, we have some water coming in to nourish this earth where you've been dry and weary and forlorn. We've got the Queen of Cups coming in. Look at this divine, magnificent being, okay? And you will be back to yourself around Christmas time, if not before then. So don't be shattered by that. That's not like, I can't hang on. No, that's like the full coming around, where the beauty is fully restored, where you look in the mirror and you see yourself. You feel yourself. You breathe yourself. You exude yourself. Life has its full shine back. And that's how long it takes for almost anything. Think about your skin. If you've been through fatigue and exhaustion, it takes 6 months to regenerate that, to get some of your bounce, your shine back. So that's just sort of the course of nature. But they're letting me know, as we've moved through this and you've moved past that temptation, knowing that the refreshment, the restoration is coming in, that your work will be rewarded. Because do you see the lotus rising up between your eyes? That you are on center, you are on point, and you are settled into your position about how you feel about this. Telling yourself that you're not in agreement with it, but you're not going to give up your own heaven and all that you've worked for. You have the power to hold and stay true to yourself within because of your own integrity. And that's all you need. As I'm hearing some of that internal self-talk, not the on and on, but making a blanket statement or two, or even creating a little motto for yourself that you can reiterate in those moments of like, I will stand my ground. I will stand my ground. I will stand up for myself, and I will stand up to myself. I will maintain my integrity. And then just walking on, okay? Now, here, uniting and tying these two together, the King of Discs and the Queen of Cups, is the world. You can see how it is being tied together. There really is the dark and the light merging. And this is by choice here. You've set the mental attitude that you are going to reap the benefits. And I love it. It's a very starry world. Can you see that? You're going to reap the benefits of who you are. You're saying you've worked too long and too hard to give it up now. And you just needed to be reminded of who you were, and kind of like your plug fell out of the socket, or it kind of kilters out because it got bumped. And I'm just helping shove it back in there to get a firm connection so that your light comes back on, and you're like, I'm going to shine because I am a star. I'm going to be myself and hold true to who I am. And look at that wealth of that abundance coming in. See, it's no more temptation. Here you were being tempted to take a bite because it's all you had left. It's the only one. But instead, you're able to drop this, get rid of that, and not get rid of yourself, right? To hold true to yourself and to bring in your full restoration of your world that you have lived for and worked long and hard for. And look at this abundance. Trading that one, in a sense, you gave it up as seed, right? So you gave those seeds into the ground, into the earth, into your true nature, into that lotus, and it's rising up here. And you are crowned with it. I know it's not on top of your head, that is in your belly, but that is you've got the base chakra and the sacral chakra going on here of really being abundant and abounding in your own truth. Okay, so yay you. And well, yay us. I got a couple of strong aqua placements. So yay us. And this is what it does. It restores your family. Look at the Three of Discs. The bonds, the unions going on around you. And you can see from here, remember we were talking about that base chakra and the sacral chakra? Look at all this color divining around you. Do you see where it came from? It came from this remembering who you are and your amazingness, because you're one here to bring the world together, to bring it to peace, to make us all one and to get along. But you've come to know through this experience that it's not up to you to decide for another. And in this case, taking the path of least resistance, of not dismissing, but in this case, staying connected. I love this card because you were talking about the there, wanting it now and wanting it here. Either way, it's the same. You're letting me know it's stay connected. And when you see certain towns, when they put the spray marks out for the power workers, the electricity workers on the ground, this is a symbol you'll see being put out there. And to me, it's talking about our connection. All right, so you're staying connected to yourself, being awesome, being divine. Now, over here, number 36, we have your purpose, the shark coming along. And you need to know that, for one, you're saying you're nearly naked. You're about down to your bare bones, trying to get to the purpose of who and what you are. And they're letting me know here that uncovering was intended. They're saying ignore the sharks, ignore the distractions, that is taking your mind away, and it's wearying you. And it's causing you, they're saying, to be delusional and not like... It's altering like time, space, speed. It's like if you try and run in water, you certainly can't run as fast as you do on the land. That kind of disillusionment is the movement of your mind is slowed a bit because of that watery state, that watery nature that you're in. But I've always seen Aquarius as like water and wind. It's both. And you talk about charismatic, you talk about powerful. Well, here you're wanting to talk about, hey, I think I'm pretty cute and clever. That's why I'm going to work together here. I'm barely naked. I'm nearly naked over here. I am cute and clever, and this is who I am. And that is important because in this, you see the Hermit? To me, this is the star that's down in the depths, right? Okay? You're down in the deep. And just calling that watery nature, that mindset down into your belly, down into the stripping down, the being made new, renewed, and let that light shine for yourself. Do for yourself what you do for others. Okay? You're telling me turn it around on yourself. Turn it around on yourself and take a good look. And what did we see over here? We saw how beautiful and magnificent you are. Look at all these dreams in your belly. They're hungry. They're ready to be born. They're ready to come out and to be fruitful. And so they're telling us, this is like on a sewing machine, you have the top stitch going and you have the bottom stitch that comes in, loops and hooks it and secures it. So they're like, this is a revisitation of kind of what we were saying over here to make sure that you get it mind, body, and soul. We want you to have it through and through because you are cute and clever. You are here making our world a wonderful and sweet place, but we want you to taste and see what you are serving up is good, is delicious, is fine like wine is what you're saying. So look at that. Take time to sit and to be with yourself, to restore, to nurture, to sit in your own energy. Not a lot of verbalizations, but really when you have that alone time, to let the energy of the back of your mind, your unconscious, really, you're showing me like bloom and effervesce, kind of open itself and release itself, just like plants, ferns, whatever, they release spores. It just kind of pops open and out comes the dust. And they're like, so the byproduct of that is our world is getting dusted with stardust. And isn't that fantastic? So right under this, we see the Ace of Pentacles. Look at all that stardust. See, this is that seed that's coming down, these dreams inside of you. And you're like, I didn't know it would be like this, that it would look like this, that it would feel like this. And you know what? You did. You did when you were out there on the other side crafting and creating yourself and divining which scenarios you would go through in order to produce the greatest harvest, in order to bring out your best, to fill our world with abundance and the love of what you have to contribute as part of your purpose. Your purpose is like what you do, and it could be money-based. It can also just be career or service-oriented, but also your life as you found during this drought, during this difficult time, is supposed to have meaning, is supposed to have that refreshment, something personal for you, not just for the world, that when it touches your life, it touches many and it refreshes many because you become living fruit. Oh, I love that. Oh, ha! So I just made these the other day, so I've only used them a couple of times, but look on there, fruit bearing. Can you see that? Yeah, travail, fruit bearing, bringing forth this harvest, this abundance of sacral power. And you're telling me that is like ancient power. It's power that goes back through the ages. And these are the seeds that you're sowing and you're scattering here with these cards. Can you see them? You see the stars way down deep? This is what is rising up and being birthed out, the stardust on our earth and bringing heaven here for the masses and the droves because of what you do, because of your devotion. And then we bring in the Six of Pentacles. Look at that. Brings you, this is personal victory. This is personal satisfaction. Like when you sitting all here by yourself, you'll be beaming, you'll be glowing up, you'll be like having permagrin all across your face, and you'll be feeling the warm and fuzzies all inside yourself with yourself because of yourself. That is a comfort that we should afford ourselves in this day and age. Somewhere the tide turned, and I don't know where we all got lost, like a school of fish. We just turned and we're like, squirrel! And we go over here and we forgot that personal satisfaction is self-assurance, it's self-confidence, it's self-esteem. It's all those things wrapped up. It is good seed. And why shouldn't we enjoy who we are? Because in our enjoyment, guess what we're not doing? We're not negating others. We're not backbiting. We're not meddling and needling and getting in other people's business or making others uncomfortable because we got too much time on our hands trying to correct everybody else instead of looking at ourselves. Okay? So this here lets us know you come full circle past that. And you are confident and you are comfortable. See that postage stamp? This is your little nook, your little crevice and cranny on the earth. You're like, mine's, I love me, I love me. Isn't this fantastic? Because you know that stardust that you've been like releasing off of your unconscious mind is being spread out into the world and shared with the world. And they can have their own slice of the pie. You're like, I picked the wheat. I ground the wheat, I baked the pie, and I am happy to share. but I also want my own slice of my pie. Mine. That's what that mind means. And it's very important to include yourself in the victory, in the taste test, in the banquet, the dinner, the feast, the party, right? And look what it brings in. Look at this divine emperor energy. Look at that. You have your own potion, your own portion. And this isn't like a magical potion that you work on others. This is your fragrance. It is your divine deliciousness. It was like if apple blossoms, right, could come forward and be made into this, like a cologne or a perfume. It's a intoxicating, enveloping remembrance of this. That's your memory. Okay. Y'all. Woo! That just shockwave to my core. That it's like they say when you bear a child, once the child is here in your arms, you are filled with joy. And this is the card of joy, right? And that you forget what all it cost you in the pain and suffering. Now, women, we know some of us, we recount those birth stories. But can we truly remember the pain? No. No. And that's what this emperor is letting us know here. It's all in divine order. Be cool, calm, collected, and confident that you are part of this delicious divineness coming on in. And you'll be left with good memories of this. You're going to remember your strength, your staying power, your stability. And that's going to bring you into this position with your mind. So the irony is, this is Cosmic Tarot. When I was shuffling, the Queen of Swords jumped out. Now, she has been visiting all week. And I'm like, girlfriend, come on now, go get your own reading. Well, we need some new energy up in here. Tell us the truth of what Aquarius really needs to know. And it was like, bam, right behind it. Here comes the King of Swords. And he's like, I'll tell it. I'm going to be at peace with who I am. I'm not going to have to let people know. I'm going to be in my own strength and my own energy, being confident and true to who I am, true to my standards, and living them out for and with myself. No longer having to like convince others and move them through it, but to let it rise up in me. That I am the beneficiary, the first beneficiary of my own magic, of who I really am and what I'm here for. Okay, so I know it's going a little long, but we're going to grab one more. On how's Aquarius stepping forward from this? I hear you. The sun. Look at you. Air and water, right? That's your happy bath. You're in there having a good time, delighting in your radiance and the beauty of who you are, the abundance of who you are, knowing that that was there. But this provoking, this poking has come along to penetrate your earth, to really allow you to be evoked and come forward in who you really are. So we're going to go ahead and give thanks for what has been going on, the difficulties in it, even though there has been zero to no, little to no understanding going on, like you're saying a damn dark day of what's been happening here. But in the darkness is where the seed erupts, and then it springs forth into this new life, Okay. So Aquarius, this was awesome. I appreciate this energy session that we got to go through. I'm going to sit on the other side of that lens and listen to it as well, because when these puppies are running, these can't hear very well. So I'm going to sit on the same side like you guys and gain the wisdom and insight from this and move through it and apply it to my life. So I'm wishing you well. I'm wishing you to Godspeed to get you on through this, and that this beautiful energy that you've worked already begins to percolate and to soothe your soul and to strengthen you where you're at. Okay, I'll be talking to y'all soon. Bye, Aquarius.